The movie begins with a voice telling a story about trolls, who once lived alongside humans thousands of years ago. These massive creatures were not monsters at all. They were innocent beings, with bodies made of stone and hearts connected to the earth itself. They were part of nature, completely harmless, and never intended to hurt humans. The only thing they feared was sunlight, because direct sunlight would turn their bodies into stone. Because of this weakness, they avoided the sun and lived quietly, sharing the world peacefully with humans. For a long time, humans and trolls lived together without conflict. But eventually, everything began to change. As Christianity spread, people started believing that the world belonged only to humans and that creatures like trolls had no place in it. Fear and misunderstanding grew, and humans began hunting these innocent trolls. They dragged them into sunlight on purpose, turning them into stone. Holy water and the sound of church bells caused extreme pain to the trolls, weakening them, and humans cruelly used these things as weapons against them. We then learn that these stories were often told to Nora by her father. He always spoke with sadness, explaining how humans failed the trolls when they needed help the most. He regretted that people never stood up for them. As a child, Nora promised her father that if good trolls still existed somewhere in the world, she would always help them and protect them. Years pass, and we now see Nora as an adult. Her father has died, and after his death, she chooses to live alone in the forest. Grief has shaped her life, but it has also strengthened her purpose. She spends her time researching trolls, driven by the fact that she actually saw, 1 year ago. Any doubts she once had about their existence are completely gone, and now she believes she can study them properly. One day, a man suddenly enters Nora's house. Thinking he is a threat, Nora attacks him from behind. The man turns out to be Chad, the president's personal secretary. Chad had helped Nora in the past. He still works for the government, but unlike most people, he also wants to protect trolls. From Nora's father, Chad learned the truth that trolls are not evil and not monsters. Chad reveals that he has a huge secret, and because of that, he takes Nora to a hidden, secret laboratory. Inside the lab, they meet Professor Larry, a scientist who has also been researching trolls for many years. Here, Nora discovers something shocking. The troll that appeared during the Nazi era is being kept inside this lab. The scientists named this troll Jerry. Professor Larry explains that Jerry has been sleeping for nearly 100 years. Nora then learns something disturbing. Scientists have been cutting off parts of Jerry's body for research while he was unconscious. Hearing this makes Nora extremely angry. She feels deep sympathy for the troll. Using an elevator, she secretly goes up to Jerry's ear and softly reads a poem to him. Her emotions, love, and compassion reach him. After a century of sleep, Jerry opens his eyes and wakes up. When Jerry realizes he is tied up and trapped, he becomes furious. In his rage, he destroys the entire laboratory and throws the elevator that Nora is in. Somehow, Nora survives the fall. Jerry breaks free completely, escapes the lab, and begins destroying everything in his path. He ignores cars, humans, and buildings, walking forward and crushing anything that stands in his way. Soon, we see a scene where children are playing at a party. Suddenly, the troll breaks through the roof and grabs the children. Unlike the trolls from the past, this one is extremely dangerous. When Nora and her team hear about the destruction, they decide they must stop him. Nora's team meets with the president. The president wants the troll killed immediately. However, Nora and Chad strongly disagree. They don't want Jerry to die. In the end, they agree to join the mission, but secretly plan to protect the troll if possible. During this time, we meet Captain Chris, who joins the operation. Chris and his team prepare helicopters equipped with UV lights. Their plan is to turn the troll into stone. That night, Jerry continues attacking and eating people. Chris and the helicopters approach him and begin the assault. They shine UV lights to weaken him, but it doesn't work. Instead, Jerry becomes even angrier. In his rage, he pulls an electric tower out of the ground and throws it. One of the helicopters is hit, and Chris' close friend is killed. Seeing his friend die fills Chris with anger and pain. He now wants revenge and becomes determined to kill the troll at any cost. Nora tries to stop him, and explains that it was humans who turned trolls into monsters in the first place. The team is unsure what to do next. That's when Nora says she has an idea. She takes everyone to a massive cave. Inside, they discover that there is another troll besides Jerry. This troll is kind and gentle. Nora met him years ago and has visited him many times. He is her friend, and now she needs his help to stop Jerry. Nora reveals the truth to the team. Humans killed all the trolls in these mountains long ago. Only one baby troll survived. Over the past 100 years, that baby grew into a giant. Nora named him Nature. She reads a poem to Nature and asks him to help stop Jerry. Nature listens to her and agrees. Nature goes to confront Jerry, but Jerry refuses to listen. He hates humans too much. Jerry stomps the ground, causing the ice beneath nature to break. Nature falls into the water below. Seeing this, Nora is heartbroken and believes that nature has drowned. Jerry walks away. Nora suddenly realizes where Jerry is heading. He is going to Trondheim, the place where Saint Olaf once lived. Nora, Chad, and the team follow him. Everyone believed that Saint Olaf's tomb was inside the church, but no one had ever been able to find it. Using their knowledge and skills, Nora and Chad examine a painting and discover 3 strange marks. These marks act as keys. They place sticks into the marks, and the wall turns, revealing a hidden chamber. Inside, they find Saint Olaf's body. In his clothes, they discover a silver sword and a letter. The other half of this letter was found earlier in the lab where Jerry was kept. When they combine both parts of the letter, the truth is finally revealed. People always believed that Saint Olaf ordered the trolls to be killed, but this was a lie. He never gave such an order. He only wanted to move the trolls far away so that humans and trolls could live peacefully. The church disobeyed him, slaughtered the trolls, and then blamed Olaf to hide the truth. To keep the secret, they killed Olaf and hid his grave. Nora realizes that Jerry is heading to Trondheim to take revenge for his fallen friends. To stop him, she remembers that trolls are weak to holy water. Beneath the church lies a massive lake of holy water. Nora, the civilians, and the army begin making weapons using this holy water. When Jerry arrives at night, they ring church bells to weaken him and throw holy water bombs. However, the attacks barely harm him and only make him more furious. He continues destroying the city. Just before things get even worse, nature emerges from the water, alive. Nora is overjoyed. Nature joins the battle, determined to stop Jerry. The 2 trolls fight violently throughout the town. Nora's friends realize that the holy water must reach Jerry's heart, not just his body. They only have 1 holy water bomb left, but Jerry keeps moving, making it impossible to aim for his mouth. At this moment, Chad makes a heartbreaking decision. He chooses to sacrifice himself. He plans to jump into Jerry's mouth with the bomb. Everyone is devastated, but they know it's the only way. Chad takes the bomb and jumps from the helicopter toward Jerry. At first, they fail to get the bomb inside. Knowing he may not survive, Chad calls his wife to say goodbye. He asks her to tell their baby that he loves him. Then Chad pushes forward and drives the bomb directly into Jerry's mouth. The bomb explodes. A bright light shines from Jerry's heart as his body begins to crumble. At the same time, nature grabs Jerry's heart and throws it away. Jerry dies, and the battle finally ends. Although humanity is saved, Nora and the team mourn Chad's death. Months later, we see the final scenes. Chad's son is born. The team visits Nora's house. Suddenly, the ground begins to shake. Nora looks outside and sees nature approaching. This time, there is no fear. Humans now understand that trolls are not enemies. Nature even helps people and no longer hides. Trolls and humans are once again living peacefully together, though no one knows how long it will last. In the final moments, we see a professor secretly keeping a small troll in a laboratory, watching it grow. The movie ends without revealing what he plans to do next.